is a live look outside right now. A rainy Monday. In fact, heavy rain out there drenching the roads in some areas. So do be mindful as you're out and about. It's not too terribly cold like it was last week, but we do have these gray skies and lots of precipitation. It is now 12:01. Thanks for joining us here on 13 News at Noon. I'm Anne Marie in for Matthew, who's off today, along here with Sean, who's here to tell us how long the rain's going to stick around. And as we're looking at those temperatures go up and down, they're up now, wondering if we're going to see a drop anytime soon.
I mean, we are going to have a drop, but I would argue really that until the end of the year, we're going to continue to see some swings here.
Okay.
And we'll see. I think we might have some 60-degree days in us before we get to 2025. And not far from it today. 56 here in Indy, despite all of the cloud cover and the heavy rain that we've had in some areas. 50 Connorsville, 56 in Noblesville. And compared to 24 hours ago, even with the rain and clouds, we're a good 10 degrees warmer in most locations here because of the surge of warmth that's been producing some rumbles of thunder here in the middle of December. This is good news, though. We still need the rain, and we're getting it. But it is indeed that rain and not snow for the snow lovers here in central Indiana. Heaviest rain for the remainder of today from Bloomington, Connorsville, Liberty, North Vernon, and Seymour. But we still will have occasional moderate pockets of rain. As we look to the west, this is what's on the way for tomorrow, a brightening sky. But we will have to earn every bit of it with the rain that's going to continue here, especially over the eastern half of the state. The rain odds will be ending from west to east, and then we'll be on the lookout for some areas of fog as we go through tonight. We'll talk more about that. There you go. Rain ending, certainly mild for December. We'll let you know how much above average and how close to a record high we are today. And that chill coming up here in the 7-day forecast. We have much to discuss here. Next chance of snowflakes not that far away. We'll see you with that in a few minutes.
All right, Sean, thanks so much. We'll check back. In the meantime now, new at noon on this Monday, Indianapolis Metro Police are investigating on the city's Near East Side after they say a girl who they now believe is a juvenile was stabbed to death outside of a home. It happened around 9:15 this morning on North Randolph near East Michigan. That's just a few blocks away from Arsenal Tech High School. Police tell us they believe the stabbing was an isolated incident. Right now, investigators are canvassing that area looking for surveillance images, perhaps to better learn what led up to that stabbing. And this latest investigation comes on the heels of what was a very busy weekend for Indianapolis Metro Police after several shootings all across the city happened within just miles of one another. So take a look at this map we created for you. It shows you the 4 shootings right now that are under investigation at this hour. The very latest happened at the Olivewood apartment complex. That's near East 21st Street and Franklin Road. And just moments ago, we learned the victim's name in this incident. Metro Police say it happened just after midnight. Police say they got a call to do a welfare check for a person who was down. Officers say when they got there, they found 23-year-old Dana Jones Jr. was shot with gunshot wounds. Jones was treated at the scene and then later at the hospital where he died. Police now have this message for the public.
We need to find better ways to work this out, whether it's communication or just ignoring each other. Staying off of social media so we're not upsetting people by making comments on social media that upset some people, that things just shouldn't be like this close to the holidays.
Now, an ongoing investigation as we work to learn more about a possible motive and suspect in the shooting. Also this afternoon, we now know the name of a man who was killed in a shooting that went down near Post Road and Pendleton Pike out on the east side in Lawrence. Police say an officer was patrolling the area when he heard gunshots. They say the officer then found 32-year-old Jermaine Tepali shot in the parking lot across from the Don Marcos restaurant. Medics took him to the hospital and we're told that's where he later died. A police report shows that one man is now in custody, arrested in the case. We're working to find out what charges that man now is facing. And back here in Indianapolis, Metro Police are investigating a double shooting on the city's northwest side. They say 2 women were shot in what appears to be a targeted shooting. This happened on Sawyer Court near 38th and Arlington. Police say they found dozens of rifle shell casings near the scene, and the windows and the siding of the targeted home, they say, are now riddled with bullet holes. Both of the women shot went to the hospital. At last word, they were in stable condition. And as we continue to follow these ongoing investigations, don't worry, we're going to keep you updated with everything we know as soon as we know it on our WTHR platforms and our WTHR app and WTHR.com. This afternoon, we know that a motorcyclist is now dead after a hit and run on the city's east side. It happened just after 8 o'clock last night near 16th and Post Road. Police now tell us that 40-year-old Jeremy Davis went to the hospital in critical condition, but he later died there. They say the driver that hit Davis took off from the scene. Right now, we're working to get a description of that vehicle or a possible suspect. Again, this investigation is ongoing. Indiana's first execution in nearly 15 years is set to take place this week. In fact, in just 2 days from now. Joseph Corcoran scheduled to be put to death before sunset Wednesday morning. He was convicted of murdering 4 people in 1997. This happened in Fort Wayne and Allen County. And the victims included his brother, his sister's fiance, and 2 of their friends. Over the weekend, protesters gathered in downtown Fort Wayne hoping to stop the execution. They're calling on the governor to intervene and to commute his sentence to life in prison. Some Indiana lawmakers recently have made statements against the death penalty, and that is giving some protesters hope in this case.
We're very much hoping that that will give Governor Holcomb more permission to choose life for this man who does not understand his crime, does not understand the punishment, and our community will not be served by having one more person killed.
Corcoran's attorneys say that he has a history of mental illness, including a diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. They filed motions in state and federal courts to stay the execution. All have been denied. They do plan to file a new appeal in federal court, and if that fails, they say they may appeal to the highest court in the land, the U.S. Supreme Court.